Good afternoon, people. Just went in and grabbed yous, dragged you out kicking and screaming into the cold garage. But there was just a little observation I wanted to make. I've made it in the past, and I'll probably make it in the future. And that is the benefit of this little combination I've got here. The MFT style of top, the dimensioning router, and this parallel arm gizmo. The combination of which works really, really, really well. Can I emphasize it more with another really? But it does. And I've just used it just now. I'm actually just heating up the iron to put on some edge banding on this piece of this panel here. And when I looked at the edge of the panel, I could tell it was not quite true, wasn't quite square. And I gave it a couple of licks with the long plane, there. And no, don't tell me about having it down on its face, so on its base. But I gave it a couple of licks with that. Still wasn't quite right, and I thought, why not make use of the dimensioning router? Because it does square it up quite nicely. And the fact that I've got this parallel arm gizmo, well, it's an obvious thing to do and to use. Now, simply put, this setup is for dimensioning a panel, not doing all the routing jobs that a router is famously able to do, like over there, but it is to dimension the panel. And the benefit is I can dial in fractions of millimeters, because I didn't really want to reduce the panel by much. I just wanted to true up the edge. So the edge banding would sit and look probably a bit better. So setting it up so it was just missing the panel, I could dial in fractions of a millimeter. And I know basically it would be like a tenth or a fifth of a millimeter or 2/10. And you can do that just by making that small turns of the knob there, because each full rotation is 1 millimeter. So therefore, at the guess, a quarter turn is 1/4 of a millimeter. Obviously. Strange how maths works. So that's what I did. I set it up so it was effectively 0, ran the panel past, turned the knob by about a quarter turn, gave it another pass. You could just hear it taking that little sliver off, turned it another quarter. So it's only about 1/4 of a millimeter I was taking off in each increment. So, and I spun the panel around another time, took another wee bit off, maybe even down to 1/10 of a millimeter. That sort of thing. And you think, dang, that's getting pretty fine. Correct. So how fine would a swipe with a plane be? And it would be also very, very small. So being able to true up the edge in those very small increments seemed to be a really good, it's a tool or grouping of components and tools working together to give me that sort of performance. The one thing I would like to do, and which this isn't capable, is to do, well, not safely, panels like that. So like you want to run this past. Yes, you can do it, but you really need a holder or carrier that runs along to make this stable, because you wouldn't want this thing tipping as you're doing that dimensioning roll. It would bite, it would fire back, destroy your job, or put it this way, perhaps hurt you severely. So that would not be a good thing. But that's where you have the sleds, or another a sled that you could use for this to go up against. So that would be something that would be good for this. it may also be the reason for me expanding the size of the base that I have got the router set in. So it makes it a bit wider, so that when I want to come to do something like that, I not only can support this part, but also the sled that this would be resting against. Effectively a miter gauge type setup, a sled sort of affair there. So that would be a good expansion of its capability to do that sort of work. Like you see in an ordinary router setup, yes, but it's not really set up to do dimensioning, and that's what this is doing. Can you dimension it on that with a sled? Of course you can, and probably is a jolly good way of doing it. This is dedicated to that sort of role, and with this sort of adjustment allows me to get those really, really small incremental reductions in the size of the panel down to the point I want. For, in this case, this little bit of panel that I want to edge band, which, as I say, I've just got the iron heating up for me to do that. And that will be put on the drawer there, the pull out, the vertical drawer, sort of, you could say, or shelf unit, and that's what it's going to be used for. So yippee for me, getting that a little bit further along. I'm really, really slow at getting it done, but hey, getting it done eventually is what I want, after all. And then I can think about what I do with these other areas here. That really is kind of a storage area, kind of not. It actually, okay, here the router, not that router, but one similar to this, will be inserted into a top on that end of the router station, and the router, of course, would hang down underneath here for access. A pipe would go through that wall and out through that middle box area for dust extraction, as it does or can, from the other side, although for that, most of the air movement will be out the back. So just fiddling with the idea of what I want to do with this. In fact, it's been so long since I've even looked at this. That's the opening at the back of the router station that I want to make a panel for that dust extraction. And that's the hole there was from this side, and it goes through it and out. Okay, so that's what nothing to do with that. But no, I just wanted to, because I just used it and I thought, geez, that's good. That combo of the MFT style of top, the parallel arms, and the dimensioning router, or the router set up in a dimensioning roll, whatever way you want to word it, that combo is really, really good for doing that sort of fiddly little work. So there you go. Just a short Dave's Diary update on that one, but just extolling the virtues of the combination of these items here. Rightio. Hopefully the iron is heated up enough and I'll do the edge banding and carry on. Rightio. We'll see you in the next one now. Bye.